the first sortie was a few days after we'd arrived at Croydon, and we went into some bombers, and frankly I don't remember much about it. All I know was I fired my guns and hoped for the best, and what happened I really don't know. I mean it's really, as a novice, there's so much going on that it's only later on when you get more experience that you're able to sit back a little bit and relax and work things out. But the first time we went in was a bit of a shambles. The worst part is sitting around waiting. We were at Croydon and we'd sit there for hours on end waiting for the call, and then the call would come and you climb up. And there's, I suppose, a certain amount of apprehension, fear if you like. I mean it's just common sense. You don't know what's going to happen and so on. But once you see the enemy, then you're concentrating on shooting him down or not being shot down. So for those, it's only minutes at the most that you're in that situation, and then the adrenaline's flowing, and I don't think you have any conscious thought about what you're doing or anything. You just do it automatically.
So how many victories did you have? How
well,
many?
I only had about 3 in the Battle of Britain. I probably wasn't a very good shot, I guess, that I know of anyway, yes.
And presumably what goes through your head at the time when you press that?
Well, great satisfaction if you do achieve something. Yes, that's what you're there for. And I mean the fact that there's half a dozen chaps in the bomber or a German in the fighter, frankly, it doesn't come into your mind. It didn't to mine. 1 or 2 chaps said they were conscious of it, but I don't think so. I mean, A, you were shooting at an object, not a person, and B, they were over England dropping bombs. So, you know, I had no conscience about that at all. Well, yeah, when the bell went, you got into your aeroplane, and well, you had all the things to do to make, you know, and we flew in formation. So the feeling was you don't know what's going to happen, and you didn't know. I mean, I said we flew 3 or 4 times a day. We might have taken off 3 or 4 times, but it may have only had 1 action. But you didn't know that. I mean, every time you were scrambled, you could be in for a combat, or you might not be, and you didn't know what sort of combat it would be, whether it was until you got airborne, and the controller would say there are a lot of bombers coming or a lot of fighters or something like that. So it was the unknown in a way, and then, well, if it was an action, it was all exciting. If it was a negative, then you just came down and not disappointed exactly, but a bit frustrated that we hadn't seen the enemy. And then you sat down and waited for the next time.